Schools are a formal institution where kids go to acquire extensive education, develop important skills, and learn to interact with others with the end goal of preparing them for future life. At least that's how the education system defines it. How I define it, hell on earth. I don't know about you, but in my high school, it's literally just endless goddamn pain. Like, especially when it comes to work. Like, the day I finish a project, 5 more of them get assigned the very next week. And that's not even the worst of it. You have to go to school 5 days a week for 7 hours every day and having to do all this goddamn work at the same time. And you have to wake up super early. Now, fortunately, I'm one of the luckier people that don't have to wake up at like 5 a.m. to go to school. But like, the fact that people are even having to wake up that early in the first place is insane. Like, how am I supposed to learn when coming here every day feels like a mix between prison and a 9-to-5 job? And guess what? You gotta work overtime for that job because when you come home, you got homework. And it's almost the exact same amount of work you do at school, just at home. So in all reality, it's more like 10 goddamn hours that you gotta do work, like, every single goddamn day. And plus, 98% of the stuff you learn in school, you don't even need once you, like, graduate and go into future life and your career and whatever the hell. Unless you're entering, like, some sort of, like, STEM field, and I guess some of the stuff you learn is probably gonna be important, but, like, still. Like, honestly, I don't even have anything against, like, the teachers or the students or any of the people that are in school. Well, actually, that's a lot. It's literally just the trash century-year-old structure of the goddamn education system. Like, how has nobody even tried to fix or change it at all in the past 100 years? Like, why can't we learn about something actually useful, like, oh, I don't know, how to do taxes or how to invest, instead of stuff like math or English? Now, I will admit, school isn't really all that bad, since you get to socialize with other people around your age and possibly meet friends that you will be with for life. Like, a lot of my best friends that I know, I've met from school and school only. Since you're forced to sit in a room for several hours on end, socialization with your peers is kind of like, you know, inevitable. And that's the one thing schools got right. Even though their curriculum and all their other stuff is all messed up, hey, at least you get to talk to people, am I right? Now, another thing that I just don't like in schools is their lunches. Like, I don't know if it's just a universal thing for school lunches to be hot garbage, but I've never had a good experience with school lunches. Well, actually, that's a lie. I have had a few good encounters with school lunches, like, especially if they're giving out, like, chicken bowls and other actually decent and healthy food. But for the most part, school lunches are generally not great. Like, for some reason at my school, the salads are less healthy than the goddamn cheeseburgers. The freaking cheeseburgers, bro. Like, seriously, how do you mess up a goddamn salad? I don't know. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. I don't know. But in my opinion, I think the main issues within the education system mostly lie in middle school and high school. Elementary school, though, absolute perfection. Maybe not perfect in the sense that you're given, like, I don't know, exemplary levels of education, which, I mean, even if we did get good education, none of it's gonna stick to our tiny little brains anyway. But honestly, I think it teaches you very important life lessons at a young age. Like, you know when your teachers preach the quote-unquote golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated? That was a rule that literally clung to me like glue for years. It still does. And just existing in elementary school teaches you a lot of knowledge in the form of experiences, like, whenever you shove a kid, for example, the teachers and other students will heavily reprimand you for hurting them, which in turn teaches you that shoving others is bad, which honestly, I think that should exist more in life, like, just in general, whether you're a kid or not. Like, if you do something bad, you should always be reprimanded in some way for doing it, but, unfortunately, there's always people out there who do, you know, not very good things and end up getting away with it, which is kind of messed up. But I guess by spreading awareness, hopefully it becomes less common? I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about all the negative bullcrap. Pretty much all of us, or at least most of us, had one of the best times of our lives in elementary school. Like, I remember making so many good memories back then, it was insane. Like, the things I would do to return to those good old days. Or maybe it's just a fallacy type thing where, you know, as you grow older, you want to return back to the quote-unquote good old days, when in all reality, those good old days are the days you're living in right now. I don't know. But all I can say is elementary school was an absolute banger. Every other grade after elementary school just only went downhill. Like, if you're an elementary school kid watching this video right now, which, I mean, I feel like is a little bit unlikely, enjoy it while it lasts. Or maybe reframe your mindset and say that, you know, even though elementary school is amazing, middle school and high school can still also be amazing somehow, some way, but I don't know. But that's the ideal mindset to have, at least. If you're that young of a kid and you already have a growth mindset like that, you're pretty much ahead of 90% of all the other kids around you. Like, everyone else in elementary school is just gonna be doing random stuff like, I don't know, playing tag or picking their goddamn nose, which I'm not saying is bad. First of all, they're kids, after all, and second of all, live your goddamn childhood. But while you're living your childhood, you can still also at least work towards being a somewhat better person than, like, I don't know, the other not so good kids around you or something. I don't know. I made a video a couple weeks ago talking about Gen Alpha and stuff, and if you're an elementary school kid or just some random dude watching this video, check it out in the top right corner if you want, I guess. Alright, well, enough talking about all this nastiness and bad stuff about school, and let's talk more about what exactly could be done. Keyword here is could, because I got a slight feeling the education system ain't changing for the next several years. Unless AI somehow makes its way into the education system somehow, replacing teachers or something, or I don't know. I think that's kind of unlikely though, but you know, it could always happen. I don't know what the world would look like if that was the case though. That'd be kind of a weird, like, would the teachers still even have personalities? Would they just be like super robotic, like, oh yes, you have one assignment to do, or something like, I don't freaking know. Anyway, that type of discussion is for another video though. We gotta talk about what we goddamn homo sapiens with our negative IQ can do. Now, first of all, I think providing a more flexible curriculum for all schools would be great. Like, instead of forcing all kids to take, like, I don't know, math or something and their career field is in business, for example, schools should be able to accommodate this to fulfill their needs. Schools should also be implementing more, like, you know, hands-on collaborative projects, because again, part of school's purpose is to teach you about how to work together with other people and engage with them, so might as well give them projects to do, I guess. I don't know. Now, I can see how there'd be many issues with it, like if you don't get the group you want or your group members do almost no work. But that's why these kind of things should probably be implemented when these students are still young, right? If we teach them that teamwork is good, they might grow up and still go by those standards, maybe. I don't know. I hope. Oh my god, bro, I am so tired. Okay, no, I need to lock the freak in. We're almost done with the goddamn video. Okay. Now, another thing that could be done is all teachers adopting engaging teaching methods, which obviously requires the teachers themselves to be, you know, actually passionate about their jobs, which there are so many bad teachers out there that are not working for the job, but rather for the money, and it's just like, bro, you could have picked any other job, and you picked the one that you hate and affects the future generation. Like, what the freak were you even thinking? That's so dumb, bro. Anyway, engaging teaching methods, like, you know, unlike boring lectures and stuff, discussions, debates, and other interactive activities make school, you know, a whole lot more fun, right? Pretty much just good teacher equals good school experience, yeah. Alright, now one thing that I'm sure a ton of students, especially middle school and high school students, would love to have is more flexible scheduling. Like right now, pretty much all high schoolers have to wake up at like 6 to 7 a.m. on average just to get to school on time, which for the most part is pretty unrealistic for, you know, a bunch of brainless teenagers just trying to get through life. So I think what would be smart is if classes and stuff were, you know, able to start at different times of the day. Like instead of all classes having to be in the morning, you can have classes start later in the morning or afternoon or maybe even the evening, because again, waking up early is not very easy for most people, so they end up sacrificing a whole lot of sleep to do so. Apparently, like myself, because holy crap, I think I'm falling asleep right now. Alright, well, I think I've covered just about everything about school. There's probably a couple of things I missed, which you guys can just let me know in the comments, but I think this is where we're gonna wrap things up. I can feel my brain slowly shutting off as I'm doing this goddamn recording. So, if you guys liked the video, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like all the crap I make. Apparently, there's also a new YouTube feature where you can, like, hype a video and it makes the video perform better or something. So, yeah, hype the video or something. I don't freaking know. Make sure to comment down any other topics you want me to talk about, but I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna just end the video now. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna go to bed now.